intermittent showers. There have been sunny periods, but quite a bit of rain during the week. Odd showers this morning. You can see there's an odd damp patch on the ground, but the curtain raiser was played and it was in remarkably good order. The players were able to move quite freely, and it might be a lot better than we anticipate. New Zealand team in black will be playing into a slight breeze. Willamette, the New Zealand fullback, will kick off into the slight breeze. There's no sun to speak of. Mr. Pat Murphy, the referee, checks his watch. And there we go. No mark claimed on the far side. McLeod overrunning that ball. And the British Isles in trouble immediately, joining that ruck on the wrong side. They joined the ruck on the wrong side, and that gives Willamette a chance to kick the first points of the game in the first minute. He's taking this kick from 8 yards out from the British Isles 25 and about 10 yards in from the far touchline. About a 35-yard kick. Have no difficulty making a bridge today. The ground is soft enough to get quite a good bridge, and yet provides a reasonable foothold. You'll notice Willamette faces the ball straight up and down. Where Wilson kicks at goal, you'll see he generally kicks it with the ball sloping towards the opponent's goal. It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. It shaved that upright. It shaved the upright. Drop out 25. Watkins jogging up to the 25 now. It's a nice high one. Lahore taking, but pushed off the mark. A neat kick by Laidlaw, and he's finding that touch 3 yards outside the British Isles 25. Left winger Bev. Welsh player putting this ball in. Tremaine overrunning that one. That could have been dangerous if he'd taken that one and gone through. This line out 2 yards outside the British Isles 25. Right winger Dick to put it in. McLeod in the front of the New Zealand line out. Gray behind him. Telfer with that ball at the back. And it's New Zealand penalised this time. Colin Meads too quick round the far side. The Scotland halfback Wilson comes up. Doesn't find his touch. Willamette moving in to open up the angle. He's a little bustle then, a little bustle as the forward came through on him. The line out's on the New Zealand 10-yard mark. New Zealand ball, but not straight. Referee Murphy not satisfied. That was straight. And the ball's not straight. You have a scrum down 15 yards in from the touchline. Laidlaw, New Zealand half, putting it in. Terrawini. This is not a bad kick if it finds touch. Wilson brings it in field. Oh, good work, Wilson. Good work from just outside his own goal line. He found that touch 5 yards outside the British Isles 25. Right winger Dick again putting in. That was clean take, but inside the 25, and they'll work their way down a little before they'll loosen that ball into the bags. And the Meads have this ball. Laidlaw. Heroini finds a neat touch, 5-7 yards inside the British Isles 25. That was a bad pass to Heroini. Very awkward one at his bootstraps. There, 28 caps for Wales, puts this in. Back quickly from Tremaine. You could see the breeze take that one. It went into touch. 10 yards inside the British Isles 25. Kennedy, it was, running in after the ball. Kennedy in the front of their line out. McLaughlin behind him. Gray for New Zealand. Laidlaw, Heroini, McRae charging in, taking that tackle. Mason trying to pick up, losing it. Outside the British Isles 25. New Zealand pack have this ball, but they can't get it back. Now they have. Heroini just coming through after this one. And the mark claimed and allowed by Gibson. A good mark under pressure. Gibson, Irish player. 13 caps for Ireland. He's cleared a little of the pressure. He's in touch 3 yards outside the British Isles 25. No score in the game. British Isles playing with the benefit of the breeze. Quick recovery by Laidlaw there. His reasonable ball, which he fumbled in the first place, but he recovered quickly. There begin. Untidy ball. In touch as Kennedy breaks for it. Kennedy breaks after it, but he crossed the touchline. The line umpire, incidentally, is Mr. Pring, who refereed the first test in Dunedin. McBride getting that ball in the line out, and New Zealand jumping through the line are penalised. Nice opening up of the angle by Gibson, but again not finding the touch. That's twice Willamet's left foot kick's been a trifle weak. This is in touch 12 yards outside the British Isles, the New Zealand 25. No score in the game, about 7 minutes gone. And there again. Back of the line out. The referee has a penalised task. Gives Willamette a chance to clear from outside the New Zealand 25. But again, he's hooked the left foot one a trifle. Line out almost on the halfway mark. Again, Bedford put it in. Most of the play on this side of the field so far. The wind's drifting over this way. Oh, nice take in the front of the line out. Gibson. Willamette at full stretch after this one. A beautifully placed kick. Well, a good attacking position here, Pat. 15 yards from the goal line.
Yes, it's the first time that they've been in this territory, Colin.
Wilson in as the extra man, perhaps. He's in an attacking position. Price gets it. Now quickly along the line. He's in two to take it. He takes it, feeds it quickly out, but the pass is behind Hinchelwood. Outside. Bed coming in is tackled and spins out of that tackle. 5 yards inside the New Zealand 25. British Isles on attack again. Dick puts in, take in front of the line out. Drop goal on here, wait for it. Oh, it drifts outside the left hand upright. It drifts, the right hand upright, and it's gone across the dead ball line. Drop out 25. Still no score. 8 minutes gone in the spell. Willamette had a penalty kick at goal in the first minute of the game. It went astray. Now that drop kick has just missed. Lahore. And that's quite neat work by Laidlaw. In spite of the fact he was being tackled by Telfer, he still got it away. 8 yards inside the New Zealand half. We could hear referee Murphy say, thrown in crooked. Scrum's 15 yards in from touchline, about 6 or 7 yards inside the New Zealand half. Laidlaw putting it in. Not hooked. The front rows were fairly low as they tacked down there. I'm not surprised that they collapsed. That's Hooker McLeod. Can't get his head in, so up comes Gray too. A little bit of wrestling on the tight head side there, I think. Laidlaw. And Herowini's kick doesn't. Yes, it does. Fine touch. 8 yards inside the British Isles 25. Right winger Dick again. Might try a slightly longer one. To the back of this line out, but again taken by Price for British Isles. New Zealand trying to burst. Laidlaw. Dick. McRae back to Dick, who dropped his pass. And here we go away. A long kick down the field from Kennedy, but the ball had actually come forward from Gibson. The ball had come forward from Gibson, so it's a scrum back. Scrum back midway between the British Isles 25 and the halfway mark and in towards midfield. Laidlaw to put this ball in. New Zealand holding and screwing. Where's that kick? Has it gone to touch in goal? Yes, it has. Touch in goal. Drop out 25. No score in the game, 11 minutes gone. British Isles playing with a breeze more or less behind them. No sun. The ground in good order. That's a good drop out. Telfer gets it back to Lewis. Pass trying to burst him. Here, breakaway the ball is Colin Mead. Loose ruck on the 25. New Zealand, Laidlaw feeding the blind. Herowini. Dick trying to, oh, good tackle. Good tackle by Bebb. Bebb under him, lifting him up and dumping him into touch. About 15 yards from the goal line. Bebb again. In Laidlaw, Herowini, Dick, quickly McRae, a nice tackle kicked away by Gibson. Willamette in good position. Finding touch, nice range. At 10 yards inside the British Isles 25, far side of the field. Still no score in the game. This is Hinchelwood. First time I think we've seen him handling the ball. Colin Meads. Oh, I don't know whether it'll come out of that lot. And referee Murphy's of the same opinion. The scrum goes down 10 yards in from the far touchline and about 15 yards out from the British Isles 25. This is a drop goal position for Herowini if New Zealand get clean ball. And Lahore from the back of the scrum. Secondary ruck. Tremaine onto the ground. Quickly out on this side. Yangi to Dick. Dick can't take that, slightly behind him. Kicked ahead by British Isles to outside the 25. And there was a chance there for New Zealand, Pat.
Yes, if Ron Rangi's pass had been in front of his man, it would have been very dangerous.
Malcolm Beck. Ball into the line out, 10 yards out from the 25. Again, Colin Meads. Laidlaw, Herowini. Behind Bebb. Awkward rolling one. Oh, and that just dropped into touch, a foot from the corner. A quick throw in and a try to Nathan. A quick throw in and a try to Nathan. 6 yards in from the corner, and it's New Zealand 3, British Isles 0 after 13 minutes. British Isles caught napping a little bit there, Pat.
Yes, definitely, Colin. Quick thinking by Colin Meads, I think. picked the ball up and threw it in straight away there to Walker Nathan, who also was alert.
Quite often with that quick throw in, the ball doesn't travel 5 yards, but that one did because Nathan was standing just inside the 5-yard line. It's a 6 yards from touch, a foot outside the 25. It's not a bad kick, and it's there all the way. Right down the middle, Willamette scored the New Zealand fullback, and it's New Zealand 5, British Isles 0 after 14 minutes. Watkins back at halfway. Wilson making sure everybody gets back. In touch right on the British Isles 10-yard mark. 16 minutes into the first spell. New Zealand 5, British Isles 0. Not straight again. We haven't seen Lewis putting the ball into many scrums. Good ball and a neat kick. He's going to find a touch 15 yards out from the New Zealand 25. British Isles working their way slowly back onto attack. Steele, Gray gets that one. Again, not straight. Lewis, number 9 for the British Isles, the halfback to put in. Oh, they've lost a tight head. Steele on the blind. That left foot century kick of his was partially blocked. It's in touch 8 yards, 6 yards inside the New Zealand half, far side of the field. There's one tight head to McLeod. Hinchelwood, Heroini, and neat kick again. 6 yards inside the British Isles half, far side of the field. Hinchelwood, Colin Reeds, but he's being held with the ball. Laidlaw, Heroini. Out on this side to third, trying to run round Dick. Ringing. Nathan. Hazlitt. Long right foot kick from McLean. Wilson inside his own 25. Oh, he's in trouble. Dick and Nathan. He's got the ball almost to touch. No, he hasn't. Hazlitt, number 1. New Zealand looking for a quick heel. Tied up in this. No chance of that coming out. I wouldn't care to be on the bottom of that. Let's have a look and see who it was. It's Gerald Tremaine coming out in his hands and knees. New Zealand's ball, a push-over try on here if they can hook it. They've got it out. Heroini throws it on there. He's trying to link the legs forwards, but they're not there. And Heroini, I think, playing that ball on the ground, but a defensive penalty for the British Isles. Heroini will require attention, I think, from the St. John's Ambulance Brigade man. Referee Murphy calls him in. Number 6, Walker Nathan, who scored the first try and got 2 tries, I think, in the previous test. And down having a look too is the British Isles skipper Watkins. Well, the game hasn't really settled into a pattern yet, Pat.
Not yet, Colin. But British Isles can't afford to make any errors. That was almost a repeat performance of the try scored when Baird fumbled the rolling ball.
That's true. There's Malcolm Dick, breathing a little heavily after he's run down this swing. A lot of interest in him today. He's been out for a while with a leg injury. He's not showing any signs of the injury today. Kennedy, the British Isles hooker, number 2, up there having a look at Herowini too, Kennedy being a doctor. And Lahore gives Herowini a pat on the back, and away we go. Penalty to the British Isles, 5 yards out from their own goal line, 20 yards in from this grandstand touchline. But plenty of height and length. 10 yards outside the British Isles 25. Still 5-0 to New Zealand. Dick puts in. Oh, nicely taken in the front of the line out by Williams. In touch now, 11 yards inside the British Isles half. Malcolm Dick. Gray deflects that back. And it's not straight. Some 15 yards in, 11 yards inside the British Isles half. Laidlaw signals then to McRae. New Zealand have the ball. They're holding. And British Isles penalised. Watkins it was. Watkins up behind the last man in the scrum. You must keep behind him. He's been penalised, and this is a chance for Willamette again. This one's 12 yards inside the British Isles half and about 15 yards in from this touchline. Quite a longish kick. Very tall goalposts at Eden Park, incidentally. They're about 73 feet high, I think. Referee Murphy refereeing his 10th test for New Zealand. That's more than any other New Zealand referee has ever refereed. A well-built player, Willamette. Again shaving that right hand upright. Again shaving the right hand upright. Touchdown, drop out, 25. New Zealand 5, British Isles 0, 22 minutes into the spell. Another good high dropout. Lahore taking it. Herowini, Willamette. And Willamette safe even under pressure from past. 5 yards inside the New Zealand half. Still in this main grandstand side of the field. Clean ball to Lewis. Lewis a little back on his heels. He was taking that one. Not quite in a position to set the 5/8 going. 6. Stan Mead, Tremaine overrunning that ball. Lahore breaking to the halfway. Colin Mead flicking it back infield. Gray to Herowini. The line umpire's flag is up. Colin Mead's acting as halfback on the ground. Baird puts this one in. To the middle of the line out. It's tied up in that one. On the ground now. Being rocked back. Referee Murphy can't see it coming clear, however. Just comes right on the halfway mark. And 10 yards in from the grandstand. Laidlaw, a neat kick on that blind. 11 yards inside the British Isles half. Game hasn't really come alive yet. New Zealand ball quickly to Laidlaw, Herowini, McRae, Drangy on the far side to steal. Cover defence solid. Lahore overruns that one. McRae kicking ahead again. New Zealand back on attack, 15 yards out from the British Isles goal line. Five 0 to New Zealand. Nice take by McBride. He loses it. Laidlaw, Herowini, drop goal on. Malcolm Dick has it. And Dick will score. Dick will score by the post. Beautiful opportunist try by Malcolm Dick. After Herwin's kick has been charged down, and it's New Zealand 8, British Isles 0, and that was good work by Dick.
Yes, very good, Colin. He was quick to that loose ball, and once it got underway, there was no stopping it. Typical of his efforts over in Great Britain.
And there's the kick straight down the middle. Willamant didn't even bother to move back from that ball. He just placed it and then rammed it straight down the middle, and it's New Zealand 10, British Isles 0. Herwin shaping for that drop kick at goal. His path was blocked. He sidestepped that man. The second kick was, his second attempt was blocked. It was a fortuitous one because Dick was right in position. Well, this is a big hurdle now for the British Isles to overcome. 10 points down. Gray taking that. Lahore too close to that touchline as he tries to pick it up. There to put it in. The referee's not satisfied. They're back 5 yards. Price deflecting that down. And Lewis taken to the ground by number 7, Tremaine. Dick and referee Murphy changes his position in the line-out to have a look at this. Front of the line-out, New Zealand's ball. Stan Meads. There's the kick from McRae, partially blocked. Trying to burst with it. Telfer gets it quickly back on the side. Watkins safe. In touch 10 yards out from the New Zealand 25. The sun comes out for the first time since the match started. Very pleasant conditions now. Not a great deal of breeze. Lions ball. It's a high one on the New Zealand 25. Hinchelwood, Willamant. And it's Willamant runs it into touch right on the New Zealand 25, far side of the field. New Zealand 10, British Isles 0. Hinchelwood to put in. On the ground at the back of the line out. And the referee has penalised Price. Price was round in the New Zealand side of that ruck. He's been penalised. Hello, somebody has a knock. Can't quite see from here who it is. I'll put the glasses on so I can pick them up from there. The knock on the shoulder, and Kennedy, the doctor, comes up to have a look at him. Looks like Lamont. Number 10, the British Isles captain, Watkins, comes in to have a look. And interested spectators, McFadgen and Gibson. Outside them, it's Lamont standing there, so it must be past that's on the ground. He's up now. It's a knock on the shoulder, which he's not. Yes, it is past. Just going to take him off to that far touchline. They're bad loss if they lose past. He's been playing good football towards this latter end of the tour. Kennedy gives him into the hands of the St John's Ambulance Brigade's men, and back we go, and the British Isles are one man short at the moment. Drop out by New Zealand. Oh, the man in front from that kick. That should not happen in international football. British Isles now. Outside the New Zealand 25, a yard or so. Not hooked cleanly. Lewis, number 9, to put it in again. This time. Oh, and Gibson dropping it on the blind. Nathan overrunning it. Hinchelwood, 14, takes it into touch, a yard inside the half on the far side of the field. field to put this ball in. New Zealand 10, British Isles 0. Back there from McBride to Lewis. 15 yards out from the New Zealand 25. And Pask is coming off the field. Pask is coming off the field. Gray at the front of that New Zealand line-out. The Laidlaw cuts out Heroini. McRae picking up. Nathan now bursting. Back to Stan Mead. To Rangi. To Dick. Dick breaking over the halfway mark. The cover defence is across. There's Wrestling to touch. It's Watkins. They're going to touch. Fast round one over. Watkins number 10. Dick number 14. It's in touch 12 yards inside the British Isles half. They have to put this ball in for the British Isles. Oh, and taken by McBride, trying to fight his way through. He'll never get that ball back because he's facing the All Blacks way and not back towards his own side. You can't get the ball back there. Half-back Lewis to put this ball in. British Isles have it. They're holding and screwing, and Nathan offside. Nathan round too quickly. Penalty to the British Isles, about 6 yards, 7 yards inside their own half. And Watkins fails to find touch. Willimant opens up that angle a little, and it's in touch right on the 25, right on the New Zealand 25. 10 points to 0 in favour of New Zealand. And here's Pask. Here's Pask being brought off. It looks as if he's got a shoulder injury. Lyons ball out to Gibson. Quickly to Wilson, the extra man. Bresnahan forward, pass to Hinchelwood. He's going down that far line, but the pass was squeezed forward from McFadgen as he was tackled. And it's New Zealand to put the ball in. Laidlaw. A penalty against the New Zealand front row. The referee has just patted the New Zealand hooker McLeod on the back, signifying that the penalty was against him, and Wilson will have a shot at goal from here. Wilson to have a shot at goal from about 10 or 12 yards out from the New Zealand 25. He'll have the breeze behind him. You'll notice before, Willimant placed the ball straight up and down for his kicking. Wilson places the ball pointing towards the opponent's goal. Badly need these 3 points to get back in the game. The applause you can hear is for Pask. He's being brought round in front of the main stand. The crowd are giving him sympathetic applause as he comes off. It's not a bad kick, no, it's sliced out. Outside the left-hand upright and across the dead ball line, drop out 25. Well into the first spell, and New Zealand leading 10 points to 0. Heroini looking to find a gap, but Hinchelwood was under it, but didn't gain much with it. 12 yards out from the New Zealand 25, far side of the field. Colin Meads for New Zealand. And coming round was McBride, joining that on the wrong side after Colin Meads had dummied a pass back. That's a penalty to New Zealand. There'll be a tap kick into Willimant to open up the angle. And back into British Isles territory go New Zealand, midway between the British Isles 25 and the halfway mark, far side of the field. Taken New Zealand again. They're trying to get a passing rush going amongst the forwards. They lose it. Laidlaw. And he'll break. He's got support inside him. Nathan there at dummy half. Out to Heroini. Oh, Heroini's kick, not a good one. Taken nicely, but lost. Taken now by Wilson. He's in the middle of that lot. Kicked away by McLaughlin. Lahore. Left foot kick doesn't find touch. Wilson dribbles ahead. And who is being penalised? New Zealand penalised. Wilson was blocked as he tried to come through after that ball. Watkins. Dick covering for that one. Taking it right from the hands of Tremaine. It's in touch 6-7 yards inside the New Zealand half. New Zealand 10, British Isles 0. Tries by Nathan and Dick, both converted by Willamette. Nice take by Tremaine. Herawini, McRae, Rangi, Steele. Good tackle by Hinchelwood. McRae again. There's danger. Willamette safe. Won't find touch. Wilson up to the halfway mark. Bad luck his ankle tap there. Quickly into Kennedy and into touch 10 yards outside the New Zealand 25. Thought for a minute Wilson was clear, but the ankle tap just caught him. Oh, a lovely jump by Price. And Tremaine quickly understand needs. To Nathan, it's forward, referee plays advantage. Now he brings them back for the forward pass. Gibson trying to break through with that. British Isles now packing a 7-man scrum with 1 man off. They have a 3-3-1 scrum at the moment. On the tight head. Oh, Lewis in trouble again. Neatly recovering, Nathan tackling him. Good dribble ahead. And Bebb threw very quickly onto Dick. Quick throw in. But it didn't come off. Come down 15 yards in from the touchline. New Zealand 10, British Isles 0. New Zealand scrum having to come back a little. Norfolk, ooh, that a nice flick reverse pass from Lewis there. Laidlaw. And Willamette taking the hook from the scrum. British Isles 10 yards inside the New Zealand 25. Down 10 points to 0. Oh, a lovely jump there by Price. Lewis out quickly to McFadden, and a quick one out on the far side to Hinchelwood. Oh, you score! Hinchelwood will score in the corner. A nice try for Hinchelwood in the corner. Scottish winger, played for Scotland 4 times. Played for London Scottish, I think, is club. And it's 10 points to 3. That was a nice piece of work, that was.
Yes, Wilson was in the back line that time, Colin, made the extra man, and just then left it to Hinchelwood to race over for the try. A much needed try, I feel.
Applause from the crowd as they go back into position, and here is Wilson with the ball. As you can see, it's almost on the 25, and it's about 6 yards in from that far touchline. This is an important kick too. They need this one. 10-5 would make a tremendous difference to the score. There's the kick. It's not a bad one. It's outside the upright, outside the right-hand upright. So it's 10 points to 3. With half-time approaching. Herawini to drop out at halfway. The kick had been over, he'd have faced kick-off. As it wasn't successful, he drop kicked. And the drop kick wasn't successful either. It's taken by Colin Meads. The referee gives the British Isles the option of accepting another kick or taking a scrum back, and they elect to take the scrum back. Lewis, number 9. Put the ball into the scrum. Don't forget the British Isles are a man short. They're packing a 7-man scrum. Laidlaw getting round a trifle quick there. What's the referee ruling? He's putting a scrum down. He ruled apparently that Lewis fumbled that ball and knocked it on a fraction. So it's New Zealand's ball. And they're bursting. Nathan bursting down towards the 25. An accidental offside by Nathan. Nathan, number 6, accidentally bumped into one of the New Zealand forwards just in front of him. There's an accidental offside on the British Isles 10-yard mark almost. And a tight head to New Zealand, but untidy ball picked up by Lewis. Beautiful break. Quickly to Gibson. Gibson coming down to the New Zealand 25. Cover defence gets it. Oh, magnificently taken by Nick Fetchin, and Nick Fetchin will score under the post. Oh, a beautiful try. A beautiful try, and it comes back to Gibson. One of the New Zealand players has received a knock just outside the 25. They come in to have a look at him. It looks like a Willerman. It looks like Willerman, but a beautiful try, Tab Walsh.
Yes, definitely, Colin. A nice break by Gibson. He found that he didn't have the support on the outside, so he turned infield and linked up there with McFadden, who again made the difference.
It was a long pass to McFadden and a high one, but he made no mistake with that, and actually there was an unmarked man outside him. Ian Hinshelwood. The All Black defence was split wide open. It looks like a knock on the lower part of the back for Willerman. That's Kennedy in on the ground having a look at him. British Isles captain Watkins also having a look. Lahore, number 8, the New Zealand captain, up. The Lions have already lost one man. There's a big crowd here today. The terraces are packed. I should say the ground is near ground capacity, which is somewhere between 55 and 60,000. Crowd were assembling very early. There were about 200 people waiting since early last night, waiting for the gates to open. And Willerman's not looking particularly happy at the moment. It can't be more than a couple of minutes to half-time, I shouldn't think. This is a sitter of a kick for the British Isles because they scored under the posts. It looks as if Willerman is coming off. I don't think that means he's going to leave the game permanently. I think with play so close to half-time, they're probably giving him the chance of taking the extra minute or two rest. Now Wilson has the ball placed straight out in front of the posts. It's a sitting kick, this one, and it's there all the way, and it's 10 points to 8, and this game comes alive again. With New Zealand leading 10-0, and the British Isles a man short, it looked as if the British Isles were gone. But those 2 tries have made all the difference in the world. It's 10 points to 8 in a new game of football. You hear the noise level starting to rise round the ground as the cry of black, black comes up. And here's Stan Mead leading that forward rush through after that ball. Number 4 with Colin Mead right behind him. Kel Tremaine at the back of the New Zealand line out, number 7, and Lamont, number 6 for the British Isles. Hinshelwood puts in. Out quickly to Herawini. Here's Dick after this one, 10 yards short of the goal line. Can he get the bounce? Oh, he doesn't take it cleanly. Wilson in touch about 10 yards from the goal line, and Dick has been penalised. A quick kick taken, and that relieves pressure again. It's in touch 8 or 9 yards out from the British Isles 25. And if Malcolm Dick picked that one up, I think he could have perhaps scored in the tackle. Right on half-time, and it's New Zealand 10, British Isles 8. New Zealand's ball. Colin Mead loses. Now back to Laidlaw. Herawini. Herawini in trouble. Tremaine trying to pick it up. And on the ground, the British Isles played the ball and are penalised. It's Lamont penalised. Now, what's going to happen? Willerman would normally have a shot at goal here. But with Willerman off the field, they're taking a tap kick instead. It's not a bad one. They're right under this. Lahore takes it. Quick heel needed. There's the heel. Heroini. Oh, the pass a little behind it. From down, 5 yards in from the touchline and 7 yards in the British Isles 25. And again, Pat, it looked like a try-on, and that brings us to half-time. It's half-time at Eden Park, Auckland, with New Zealand leading British Isles 10 points to 8. Behind the New Zealand goal line, drop out 25. Now Willamette came back onto the field at half-time. Willamette, the New Zealand fullback, left the field 2 minutes before half-time, but he came back on after attention. But Task is still off the field. Willamette not showing any limp at all, but Task is off the field with a shoulder injury. Knock on? Yes. Referee Murphy rules that one was knocked on. Lewis putting the ball in. Right through the side. Here's Nathan. Steele not picking that up. Telfer firing it back behind him. Watkins. Line out 1 yard inside the New Zealand half. New Zealand leading 10 points to 8 in the first minute of the second spell and playing into a strong sun. Not much profit in that one. A couple of yards inside the New Zealand half. And Steele to put this ball in. New Zealand's ball. Gray it is with the ball, but not straight. Only one tight hit in the game, and that was when the packs were even, and McLeod has that tight hit for New Zealand. Referee Murphy not satisfied that was hooked. And on the blind, oh, Watkins in a lot of trouble there trying to pick that bad one up at his feet. Could easily have gotten into trouble. Steele, number 13, New Zealand track champion, to put this ball in. Lahore, Laidlaw, Heroini, Hinchelwood. Oh, Willamette not seeing that in the sun. And the British Isles right back on attack now. 5 yards inside the New Zealand 25. Hinchelwood, number 14, to put this ball in. Knocked back. They've got an extra man in here. The fullback's in. Gibson's coming over the 25. Laidlaw. Back in field again to McLeod. Robbed of the ball. Lewis neatly inside. Williams trying to take it through, but they lost control of it. 10 yards from the New Zealand goal line. British Isles on hot attack again. Steele to put it in. British Isles ball trying to back their way through. Williams leading this one behind the goal line. Steele wins the race for the ball, number 13. I think he hurt his side a fraction as he went down on that ball. It's drop out 25. Steele getting up gingerly there. Lahore having a word with him. St. John's Ambulance Brigade man comes in to render whatever aid needed. The sun is shining quite strongly now. Pat, New Zealand playing into it in this spell of 1 or 2 high kicks might give them some trouble.
Yes, particularly with Willamette, who is still not 100% at the moment. And if the British Isles use that sun and play to Willamette, New Zealand could be in a bit of trouble, I think.
Noticeable that the British Isles line-outs tightened up a bit. Pat, the gaps aren't there as they were before.
Quite right, yes. And they're going to get better ball now, I think.
Now away we go. Steele is okay. Heroini to drop out. That's going to travel too far. It's in touch on the full. You can hear McBride, number 5, calling from here. Leave it go, leave it go. Now here's a chance. There's a drop goal on here for Watkins, or they can open up on the loose side or the tight side. We'll wait and see. can't get those front rows down. A little bit of wrestling for the loose head going on the far side. The referee's discussing the matter. And immediately they go down. Williams starts wrestling for the tight head again, McLaughlin, and he's been penalised. And that was silly there, Pat. That was a good attacking position.
Yes, they wasted that.
And Willamette found his touch right on halfway. Far side of the field. New Zealand 10, British Isles 8. The breeze seems to have chopped round. If anything, it's blowing a little bit in the opposite direction. It may be favouring the British Isles at the moment. Ball in to Laidlaw, Herawini. They've got Dick for the extra man here. Hinchelwood picking up to Telfer, quickly to Lewis. Rangi in cover defence. Rangi runs it into touch. Midway, New Zealand 25 on the halfway mark. Grandstand side of the field. Somebody else with a knock. McLaughlin. Referee Murphy has a talk to McLaughlin. He's okay. Hinchelwood to put this in. Not straight, says the referee, and he has penalised Hinchelwood for not putting the ball in straight. "12 yards inside the New Zealand half. Towering kick from Willamette. That's a useful one too. Couple of yards outside the British Isles. Hinchelwood tempted for the quick throw in there, but Stan Mead shooting through for the intercept just in case it came. Hinchelwood. Will line out. Hughes ball. Kicked ahead by Gray. It's Gibson with the ball. Wrestling with Nathan. And it was marked, a fair mark, fair catch allowed. McLeod on the mark for New Zealand, number 2. You can see the sun is shining quite strongly now from the shadows. That's not the best kick Gibson's ever done, but it's cleared to outside the British Isles 25 by a yard. Oh, nicely deflected down. New Zealand looking for the Willie away movement. New Zealand trying to pick this ball up and losing it. Herawini now. Gibson, good mark. A good mark. Tremaine just gives him a rub on the head as he goes past. More in affection than in anger. Gibson right back to the British Isles goal line. And Pine's touch just inside the 25. New Zealand 10, British Isles 8. New Zealand playing into the sun. Back of the line out. Who has this one? Nobody's got control of it. The British Isles have. Williams trying to fight his way through. New Zealand pack driving here. New Zealand ball, but not hooked. Not hooked just as well, perhaps. Lamont was looming up inside there, number 6. A tight head drop goal on to Watkins. Wait. No, to the left of the upright. To the left of the upright. Well, a 7-man Lions pack took a tight head there. One tight head each. This is anybody's game. We're getting into the second spell. It looks like one of the All Blacks is going to need a new pair of trousers. I think it's Malcolm Dick. Looks like the strap around the top of the trousers is broken. So it's 10 points to 8. The British Isles playing one man short, but far from being downhearted.
Oh, yes, they're right in this game now, Colin. After a very bad start in the first half, they've come right back into the game.
Steele doing the courier's job and running the trousers out into the centre. Malcolm Dick's got the right size. They usually send out a pair for a back that are big enough to fit Colin Meads. Lowe's are fairly bulky, but at least he's mobile. So back we come. We drop out on the 25. Time to get under this one. Breaking away with it is Price. Back in field to McBride. 5 yards inside the New Zealand 25. Lewis, Watkins, Gibson, a bad pass. Tremaine, Heroini, Steele, through Steele's arm. It's Gray who gets it into touch with Watkins flying it, and that was bad take of a pass back.
Yes, another lost opportunity there, Colin.
A sitting pass, that one. Just inside the New Zealand 25. They're working, trying to work their way around the tight head. No chance of getting this one. Too close to touch. Far too close to touch. Hinchelwood, who was trying to back through, and it's New Zealand's ball just inside their own 25 by a yard. 10-8 to New Zealand. Whose ball? New Zealand's ball. No, they've lost it. Lewis. Watkins. Gibson. He's going for a left foot goal. It's outside the post. Drop out 25 again. Well, the Lions keeping the pressure up even though they're a man short. And the New Zealand side making too many errors at the moment. The Lions have made a few too. Heroini looking for the gap to drop out, and he's found it. Oh, but he couldn't get a touch on the full. Oh. Well, here's an attacking position for the British Isles again. They can open up the play, both sides. Lewis to put this in. They've got the ball. They're holding it. Now they let it out. It is partially blocked. McFadden quickly out to Watkins. Watkins through. Meek one out to McFadden. On this side again. Taken by Biff. He loses the ball. Quick heel wanted. They've got it. Mason through quickly. Gibson. Oh, beautifully angled kick, and Hinchelwood get there. It's gone too far. Drop out 25, and Hinchelwood has been penalised for going into Willamette, for playing Willamette before the ball had reached him. But a penalty kick to New Zealand about 6 yards out from the goal line, and Willamette a bit shaken up. Willamette a bit shaken up. 10 points to 8. The Horde talking to Willamette. Laidlaw up there too. A lot of pressure here, Pat, in the last few minutes from the British Isles.
Yes, the British Isles have been having their own way in the last 10 minutes or so. But New Zealand have just managed to keep them out, and I think they may be getting a stirring up there now.
And Heroini takes the penalty, and his kick finds touch 6 or 7 yards outside the New Zealand 25. He wants a bucket of water. And out onto the field comes Hinchelwood. Ten points to 8 in favour of New Zealand. Approximately half the second spell gone. I think Watkins is all right. The wet sponge on the back of the neck and a bit of water, and he'll be okay. And he is okay. New Zealand 10. British Isles 8. New Zealand have the ball. Laidlaw. Into touch on the 10-yard mark. British Isles territory, far side of the field. New Zealand ball. Laidlaw, Heroini. Deep into British Isles territory, it's just outside their 25. Biff goes through the finger-licking ritual. Ball into the line at New Zealand's ball. Stan Mead, Laidlaw, Heroini. Not a good kick. It quickly out to Gibson. Lewis. Watkins going to go down this touchline. Been touched right on the halfway mark. Well, the Lions are down and they're one man short, but they're far from out of this game. McBride coming through quickly on that one. Lahore, he knocks it on a fraction. He was going for the intercept. Lewis to put this in. British Isles ball. Lewis's kick. A useful one. Watson, the line umpire, comes down to 10, 12 yards out from the All Black 25. Gray in the front of the line out. They're packing on him. Laidlaw, Heroini. That one set Heroini up. He wasn't in a position to start an attacking move there, and it was a neat recovery, finding touch on the halfway mark. Past a fraction behind. Hinchelwood. Laidlaw, Heroini, not finding Heroini. Spins out of flat tackle, but he knocked the ball on before he got the tackle away. It was Telfer taking Heroini to the ground. This time it's a British Isles ball. Laidlaw to put it in. About 15 yards inside the New Zealand half. Lewis puts it in. On the blind, Gibson. And Gibson in full cry after it. But coming across and running it into touch was McRae. 10 points to 8 in favour of New Zealand in the last quarter of the game. Nice take place, Stan Mead. Laidlaw. New Zealand clear outside the 25 by about 10 yards. Not much drive or punch in the New Zealand team, though.
No, Colin, it appears that they spent all their forces in the first half.
Red ball, Gibson doesn't take it cleanly. Nathan's here on top of him. Tremaine taking it down to the 25. It's kicked ahead again by McRae. And McRae will score. A try to McRae. A try to McRae, number 11 for New Zealand. And New Zealand go further in front. 13 points to 8. And this one came from another British Isles error.
That's right, Colin, yes. They're in the backs there, and the loose balls were kicked to the ball.
And Willamette just goes through the motions there with that one, puts it straight down the middle. It's 15 points to 8. New Zealand 15, British Isles 8. We've been particularly lucky with the weather conditions today. 2 wet days, showers this morning, and touch wood, I don't think we've had any rain at all since it started. The sun is shining, and the ground's in very good order. My ball, says Colin Mead, claims the mark, and as Lamont comes in at him, he sets himself and puts his shoulder into Lamont, and referee Murphy says, you can't do that. He tried to set himself, but he was really looking, he was going to bounce him off. That's Pine Tree Colin Mead. 6'4", 16 stone 1. Oh, that's not a bad kick either from inside. He's going 35. He's found touch just inside the British Isles half. Hinchelwood to put this ball in. Whose ball? British Isles ball. Lewis, but Lewis is caught by Tremaine and dropped to the wall. Stan Mead has it. Trying to link it back quickly up to Heroini, to McRae. McRae grab it, kicks. An awkward one for Wilson. Wilson in trouble again. Rangi rubs into the ball. 10 yards inside the British Isles 25. Laidlaw on the blind. But the pass far too high. pass far too high, and it looks like
Mr. Ross Nicholas of
Gibson or not?
Walford, please report to the Secretary's office, upstairs office, in number 1 plane,
Like
please.
Gibson's got a knock
Mr.
on the
Ross
left leg.
Nicholas of Walford, please report to the upstairs Secretary's office in number 1 plane.
In quite a number of minor injuries. Brian Lahore, New Zealand captain, comes up to have a look at him. As does Kennedy. Kennedy, the doctor. Must enroll him in the Social Security Fund, I think. He's been a busy man out there today. 15 points to 8, and I think that on the run of the play in the second spell, Pat, that's a little bit flattering to New Zealand.
Yes, I'd agree there, Colin. New Zealand, who have been a bit lethargic, I think, in the forwards in the second half. A lucky break there. Mind you, we wouldn't call it lucky because their loose balls are right on the ball. Make a difference.
Well, Gibson limping a little, but back into position, and it's Bebb to put the ball in on the far touchline. His ball. British Isles ball, but they can't get it back. 10 yards from their goal line. There's a wrestling match developing for it there. On the far side of the field, Price and Colin Meads coming out from that rush. This scrum is about 10 yards out from the British Isles goal line. New Zealand to put the ball in, and this is danger for the British Isles. Back line up very flat. And here is Colin Meads back inside to Laidlaw. Laidlaw robbed with the ball. Wilson is breaking right from his old goal post. Touchdown by Hinchelwood. And actually, the pass which was directed in the direction of Hinchelwood was touched by McFadden and it deflected it away from him. So here's a chance for New Zealand, 5 yards from the goal line. Open and blind side open again. New Zealand's ball from the back of that scrum. Tremaine trying to link it back in. Nathan has it. Trying to free it up and get the ball from the secondary ruck. Quickly out to Herawini. Croft comes back on the side of the field. Throws a dummy. Goes inside a tackle. Gives it back into Lahore. A drive for the line. It's knocked on over the goal line. Drop out 25. Knock on in goal. Drop out 25. Oh, that was danger for the British Isles there, Pat.
Yes, New Zealand forwards are right back into the game again, Colin.
Yes, they've come alive in the last few minutes. New Zealand 15, British Isles 8. There's the dropout. Willamant comes up to the 10-yard mark, New Zealand. And New Zealand's back on attack, a couple of yards out from the British Isles 25. New Zealand ball. Laidlaw, Herawini is dropping for goal. It's there, I think. It's there all the way. Number 10, Herawini for New Zealand. A neat potted goal. And it's 18 points to 8. 18 points to 8. And the British Isles now are still 10 points down. They're going to find it difficult to come back from this position. They had the advantage in the first 20 or 25 minutes of this spell, but they've lost all that now in the last 5 or 7 minutes. Watkins kicking off. Been touch on the pole. And New Zealand naturally elect to take the scrum at halfway. Laidlaw to put this ball in. New Zealand. McRae. Wilson with the rolling ball again. 10 yards from his goal line. They beat off the attempted tackle by Dick, but went into touch in doing it. So it's New Zealand back on attack, 10 yards from the British Isles goal line. Leading 18 points to 8. Back of the line out, New Zealand have it. Colin Meads trying to burst out on the blind side to Stan Meads. The pass goes loose. Stan Meads throws a long one infield to McRae. McRae tidies it up. Lamont trying to tackle him, but sliding past him. About 15 yards from the British Isles goal line. Nathan for New Zealand. Lahore, ball, Laidlaw again, looking for the forwards. Nobody at home. Lahore, Herawini. Who's going to win the race for this one? Will it be Steele? No, touch and go. Drop out 25. They took the corner flag with them. Steele, as I said before, the New Zealand track champion. Very close there. With Watkins to drop out. My ball, says Colin Mead. Doesn't get the mark this time. Laidlaw. Quickly to McLeod. To Tremaine. Tremaine bursting on the side. Gibb has it. Steele a try. Steele a try. Steele's third try of the series. He scored a try in 2 of the other tests. That's his third try of the series. And that's 21 now to 8. New Zealand 21, British Isles 8. And it's Willamette attempting conversion from a very wide angle. A yard in from the touchline, a yard out from the 25. And British Isles getting it just a fraction ragged now, Pat.
Yes, I think they're feeling the strain, Colin, of the pressure now being applied by the All Black forwards, and well supported by the backs.
It's hard enough for 8 fit men to hold 8 All Blacks, but 7 men, fit and all as they might be, it's a tremendous handicap to overcome the loss of that extra man.
Definitely, especially New Zealand playing the back of the line out now.
Nowhere near. He started outside that left-hand upright and the breeze appeared to catch it, and away she swung.
Spectators, please keep clear of the flying area.
21 points to 8. And less than 10 minutes of play remaining. It's a good high dropout. New Zealand get it back to Laidlaw. No, they don't. Scrum, 12 yards inside the New Zealand half. New Zealand ball. No, they haven't. They've lost it again. To Watkins. Nice dummy. Oh, beautiful break by McFadden. He's got Baird ranging up inside him. Good cover defense by Dick. Telfer picks up. Can he feed it out? Knocked on, short of the goal line. Knocked on, short of the goal line. And there's life in the British Isles yet. This scrum is 5 yards from the All Black goal line. Laidlaw to put it in. The referee not satisfied with the front rows. New Zealand ball, they're holding. Halfback Laidlaw has been penalised for taking that ball out from the feet of his hooker, I think. A tap pick. All Blacks up within 10 yards, but it's repeated where they were because the penalty is taken there. Quickly out to Watkins. Forward intercept by New Zealand. Nathan picked up now by Colin Mead. Outside the 25. Rangy takes this one. To Steele. Steele. Oh, beautiful cover defence and tackle taken into the ground here. Lovely cover defence. And Steele looks as if he's getting clear. Good work by Hinshelwood. Steele 13 puts us in. Back of the line out again. New Zealand's ball. Laidlaw. Herawini. Herawini. Dummies. Drops. Well, that's a rather lackadaisical kick from Hinshelwood. He's not finding touch. Laidlaw. Gibson. Gibson claims the mark. Gibson claims the mark with Laidlaw flat out after him. 21-8 in favour of New Zealand. This touch is 10 yards out from the British Isles 25.
Morris meet Graham Simpson at the back, number 1 stand. And the both spectators, please stand back from the playing area. The final whistle has not gone yet.
Laidlaw in trouble here. Kicked away from him by Kennedy. Steele picking up this one. Quick Hill. Danger here, out to Gibson. Quickly out to McFadden, to Bebb. And look at Bebb go down that far wing. Ooh, that's a high tackle from Willamette. Bebb in touch, 10 yards inside the 25. And the British Isles well down, but still fighting back, with 4 minutes remaining on the time clock. Dick to put this ball in for New Zealand, right winger. That's a short one in the front of that line out, far too close to the line, with the inevitable result. Bebb to put this one in. British Isles ball, but the All Blacks forwards in tremendous form now. Look at them break through that line out and they're offside. Getting in front. Wilson have a shot? We'll wait and see. It's about 8 yards out. It's 7 yards out from the New Zealand 25 and about 15 in from the far touchline. 21 points to 8 in favour of New Zealand. The British Isles playing with the sun behind them in this spell. The half-time score was New Zealand 10, British Isles 8. The British Isles held on for a long while in the second spell, even though they were 1 forward short. But eventually, the loss of 1 man has told. It's there, inside the right-hand upright by Wiskett. It's 21 points to 11. 21 points to 11 with about 2.5 minutes remaining on the time clock. Wilson. This one will be a place kick. That lighter patch you can see in the centre of the ground is the cricket pitch area. It's the cricket pitch table. They play cricket on this ground in summer. Not a bad one. Brian McBride claims the mark. They're 10 yards out from the British Isles 25. You'll probably put this one up in the air and have the forwards go after it. It's a high one, but it's gone too long. Heroiny. Not a well-directed one. Wilson quickly out to Watkins. He drops it. Wilson playing the ball on the ground, not getting rid of it. Mind you, the temptation to do that was pretty considerable because there were about 3 or 4 All Blacks up there. And Willamette going to have a shot at goal, and the crowd don't like that much, Pat.
No, they certainly don't, Colin. They've had their money's worth, but they want that little extra, I think.
The time clock on the ground shows about 2 minutes up. That's not the official time. That's only an indication to the crowd. And Willamette kick is down the middle, and it's 24 points to 11. New Zealand won the first 3 tests at Dunedin, Wellington and Christchurch, and for the first time in many years, it looks as if New Zealand's going to make a clean sweep of the series and take the series 4-0. Yet for the British Isles, it could be said that they could have won the 2nd and 3rd test. McLeod. Back in fields at Gray. Several knocks on the referee playing the advantage. Less than a minute of play remaining on the time clock. 24 points to 11 in favour of New Zealand. Penalty against the New Zealand front row. The British Isles will take a tap, will they? No, Wilson's going to have a shot at goal. Well, this could be the last kick of the game and the last kick of the tour, because this is the final match of the tour, and the time is up on the time clock with New Zealand in front, 24 points to 11. The loss in this game, I think, will give the British Isles a tour record of 15 wins, 8 losses and 2 draws. This is a long kick, 5 yards inside the All Black half and right in midfield. It's a good kick, but it's outside the upright. Touchdown. Drop. Go. There's the referee's whistle for full time, and the tour is over. The fourth test has been won by the All Blacks, 24 points to 11. New Zealand 24, British Isles 11.